The Northern Elders Forum, NEF, has faulted the federal government's decision to locate Nigeria's proposed gold refinery in Lagos State, insisting that the move undermines constitutional equity and economic justice. In an open letter, the forum said Nigeria's major gold deposits are in northern states, arguing that citing the refinery in Lagos contradicts the principles of federal character, derivation, and inclusive development. NEF warned that extracting resources from the north while locating value addition and industrial jobs elsewhere deepens regional inequality and weakens national cohesion. The group called for a decentralized refining framework, demanding that at least one gold refinery be located within the North gold-producing corridor, while cautioning that continued concentration of strategic assets in Lagos could fuel resentment and instability. So joining us via Zoom is Shuaibu Idris to discuss on the gold refinery siting in Lagos. Welcome, Shuaibu Idris.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So now, what do you make of the merits of the arguments by the Northern Elders Forum?
Well, I think it is a welcome intervention from elders of the North or elders from the North, Nigerian elders, because they are not just Northern elders, but they are elders of Nigeria. What they are calling for is, fundamental issue of equity, fairness, and justice. Watchers of Nigerian history will agree with us that when oil was, discovered in Nigeria, the first refinery that was ever established in Nigeria was the Port Harcourt refinery. A second refinery was added in Port Harcourt, and a third refinery, all for crude oil and petrochemical processing, were all sited in the Niger Delta region before a fourth refinery was established in Kaduna. I mean, one will argue that if history is a book that, current players will be looking at, we would have expected that the Federal Republic of Nigeria, under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, should have copied or looked at that document of history and say, okay, let us follow this, route. However, one will also want to fundamentally draw the attention of us Northerners, not just Northerners, but Nigerians of all shades of opinion. Why are we sitting down and not taking the bull by the horn to, for example, say challenge? When I say challenge, I mean money-wise, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, just like what Alhaji Dr. Aliko Dangote has done with the oil refinery. Well, yes, the federal government is citing a gold refinery in Lagos. So what? Maybe the Northern elders should begin to think of where are the Indimis of this world? Where are the Aliko Dangotes of this world? Where are the Abdul Samadu of this world? Where are the T.Y. Danjuma of this world? Where are the Thomas of this world that have resources and they are people of the North, and they can put heads together to have a world-class refinery that can rival the one that is being proposed by government, so that the Northerners themselves can have a refinery that can be sited within the enclave where, the natural resources, be it lithium, gold, or other solid minerals that are being mined in northern Nigeria.
Okay, Shuaibu, given that Lagos and Ogun constitute more than 50% of industries in Nigeria, is there no economic advantage to the proposed move?
Well, I think it's no question of the location, the locational factor of, say, several industries in Abeokuta, Ogun, and Lagos axis. But when a city is sited in a coastal, environment, chances are the city might have a seaport, and therefore export and import can easily take place with relative, smoothness, logistics, and other, exigencies involved in manufacturing. The only reason why Lagos is commercial hub and nerve center of Nigeria is because of fundamentally two or three advantages. Number one, the fact that it has two or three seaports, the Apapa port, the Tinkan Island, and Lily Pond, and also because it was originally the political capital of Nigeria. To say that because there are several industries within Ogun and Lagos State, therefore we should have another gold refinery, I think is standing on logic. Yes, the financial nerve center of the country is Lagos, where virtually all, if not most of the financial institutions, be them bank, pension fund administrators, custodians, and what have you, are located in Lagos. But that does not necessarily mean that everything has to be within the confines of Lagos, Ogun axis, at Ibadan, Lagos, Ogun, Ibadan, or Oyo state axis. I think there is need for equity, fairness, and equilibrium development in Nigeria to take place, so that industries should be cited pan-Nigeria, whether in the eastern Nigeria, the south western Nigeria, southeastern, the central, and what have you. But let's also not forget the fact that gold is also being mined or located within the axis of Abeokuta and Ibadan. So yes, preponderance of gold is higher in the north, and therefore it's naturally should host the gold refinery. But there are a bit of gold also being found around, the southwestern axis in Nigeria.
All right, Shuaibu Idris, thank you very much.